It started as just another glamorous night in Atlanta: red carpets, camera flashes, champagne flutes, and the who's who of the love and hip-hop universe gathered under one roof for what was supposed to be a peaceful celebration. But what unfolded next turned the entire night upside down. Kirkfrost, usually the man in the shadows playing it cool, stepped into the spotlight with a vengeance that no one saw coming. And now, social media is on fire. A video has leaked. And not just any video. We're talking full-on scandal, raw emotion, and a public humiliation that no one, not even the most jaded reality TV fans, were ready for. Jasmine and Logan, once smug, secretive, and sitting high on their drama throne, have been absolutely wrecked. At the center of it all, Kirk, playing chess while the others played checkers. What triggered his explosion? What was in that video? And how did the party guests go from sipping bubbly to screaming in disbelief in a matter of minutes? Witnesses say the room froze. Emotions ran high, accusations flew, and the entire party descended into chaos. Now the footage is everywhere, and the fallout is more explosive than anyone could have imagined. Buckle up, because you're not ready for the revenge that's about to unfold. The lights inside the venue shimmered like a dream, golden, dazzling, unreal. It was the type of night where secrets tried to hide beneath sequins, and fake smiles masked the heat of hidden betrayals. Everyone who was anyone in the Atlanta circle was there. Jasmine stood center stage with Logan by her side, both dressed to slay, flaunting the kind of confidence that came from thinking they had silenced every ghost from their past. But lurking at the edge of the crowd, arms folded, an expression unreadable, was Kirkfrost, the man they thought was finally defeated. For weeks, Jasmine had been parading her supposed win after snatching Logan, a rising producer, and publicly throwing shade at Rashida and Kirk on social media. Logan, in turn, basked in the clout, trading studio sessions for Instagram fame and picking petty fights with Kirk's longtime associates. The couple thought they were untouchable. They didn't realize Kirk had been watching, calculating, and waiting for the perfect moment. That moment was tonight. The music was loud, but the tension was louder. Rashida had skipped the event altogether, a quiet protest masked as too busy. While Kirk attended solo, his eyes never far from Jasmine. There was something dangerous in his calm. The first sign of trouble came in the form of an awkward silence that rippled across the dance floor. The DJ, confused, tapped at his laptop. The screens on either side of the ballroom, meant for soft visuals and looping promo videos, suddenly flickered. Then it played. A video, no warning, just raw footage, full screen, full volume. Jasmine's laugh came first, light and familiar, followed by Logan's voice, low and unmistakable. But what they were saying, it wasn't funny, it was damning. It was them together mocking Kirk's age, his family, his reputation. Worse, they laughed about using the drama with Rashida to boost their brand and gain sympathy online. He's an old storyline, Jasmine had said in the clip. Washed. And Rashida, boring. We gave them relevance. The room gasped. Then came the part no one was ready for. Logan bragged about leaking false cheating rumors to blogs just to push his single. Jasmine giggled and toasted to the mess, calling it the best move we made. People froze. Phone cameras were raised, mouths hung open, and the night spiraled. Logan's face went pale. Jasmine's lip trembled. And Kirk, he stood perfectly still, eyes locked on the screen, letting every second of their betrayal unravel before the very crowd they hoped to impress. Security scrambled to kill the feed, but the damage was done. The video had already gone viral, shared in group chats, reposted on gossip pages, stitched on TikTok. Jasmine spun around, looking for someone to blame, her voice cracking as she shouted at Logan, "You said that file was deleted." Logan stammered, I don't know how he got it, Jas, I swear." The crowd, once charmed by their couple vibes, now watched with cold amusement. People whispered, shook their heads. Some laughed, others filmed, but no one helped. Kirk stepped forward, slow and deliberate. "Funny how karma works," he said, voice steady, mic in hand. "Y'all thought I was sleeping. I was just waiting." Jasmine rushed toward him, furious, desperate. "You had no right," but Kirk cut her off, holding up a flash drive. This is just part 1. You keep playing, I'll drop part 2 tomorrow." Logan lunged forward, trying to snatch it, but was held back by 2 security guards Kirk had clearly hired in advance. "Oh, so now you want to fight?" Kirk mocked. "You had a lot of energy when you were lying on me for clicks." Jasmine turned to the crowd, tears in her eyes. "This isn't what it looks like. Y'all, it was taken out of context. But the crowd wasn't buying it. One guest called out, "You said it. We heard you." Another added, "Y'all done messed with the wrong one." In the background, a few guests were already slipping out, not wanting to be part of the chaos, but the real T.I. No one had expected Kirk to clap back like this. Fans online had painted him as the one always taking L's, always getting dragged. But tonight, he flipped the narrative. Jasmine's mascara ran as she clutched her clutch tighter, her whole image crumbling with every whisper and side-eye. Logan, trying to save face, barked at the DJ, "Turn the music back up. This party ain't over." But even the DJ hesitated. No one wanted to be on the losing side. "It is over," Kirk replied calmly. "For y'all." Then he turned and walked away, not hurried, not smug, just a man who had finally had enough and made his move. But he didn't leave. No, Kirk waited. He stood outside the venue, letting the chaos inside brew, watching guests trickle out with stunned expressions. Inside, Jasmine had collapsed into a chair, breathing heavy, clutching her phone. Her manager whispered furiously into her ear, "We need damage control now. Issue a statement, deny the video, say it was a regenerated something." Logan paced nearby, cursing under his breath. "He must have hacked my cloud. That's illegal, right? He can't just leak stuff." But deep down, they both knew the game was over. The only question was, what else did Kirk have? Part 1 had already exposed the lies and clout chasing. Part 2. That was the real threat, and it loomed large in the minds of everyone watching. Social media lit up like wildfire. Twitter was ablaze with hashtags. Hashtag Jasmine exposed, hashtag Logan lied, hashtag Kirk revenge. Fans were shocked. Influencers posted reaction videos in real time. Bloggers dug deeper. Some even unearthed old posts of Logan and Jasmine laughing about manipulating the narrative. Suddenly, everything made sense. Back inside, the air was thick. Logan finally turned to Jasmine, eyes wild. "You said no one had those files. You swore." Jasmine shot back, "I trusted you to delete them. You're the tech genius, remember?" "Well, guess what, genius," he sneered. "You just got us cancelled." But before Jasmine could respond, her phone buzzed. A message. No name. Just a link. She clicked it, her jaw dropped. It was a clip short, 10 seconds of her in a private FaceTime, trashing not just Kirk, but Rashida's kids. "They're spoiled and clueless," she'd said in the clip, sipping wine. "Raised on reality TV lies." Jasmine's hands shook. "He has everything," she whispered. Logan leaned over her shoulder, his mouth forming a silent curse. "We're dead." And that's when the door burst open, and a new face stepped in, someone no one expected to see tonight. Kirk hadn't come alone after all. He brought back up, and with that entrance, part 2 of the revenge began. It was Rashida. Looking flawless and composed, she walked in with the poise of a queen who knew the war had already been won. The crowd gasped. Phones came out again. She hadn't even planned to attend. But when Kirk texted her those final words, "They're going down tonight," she knew it was time. Dressed in an all-black ensemble that screamed elegance and power, Rashida didn't need to say a word. Her presence was louder than any mic drop. Jasmine's face turned ghost white. Logan muttered, "Oh hell nah," under his breath. Rashida slowly walked up to the center of the chaos, looked Jasmine straight in the eye, and smiled, not with kindness, but with that "I warned you" smirk that chills the spine. "You should have left my name out of your mouth," Rashida said, her voice calm and slicing. "You came for my family, now watch yours fall apart." Jasmine tried to respond, but no words came. What could she say? She was cornered. The party wasn't a celebration anymore, it had become a battlefield, and Rashida, she had just delivered the final blow. She reached into her clutch, pulled out a flash drive identical to Kirk's, and waved it slightly in the air. "You thought Kirk was the only one with receipts," she said. "Sweetheart, I archive everything." Logan stepped forward, hands out. "Yo, y'all doing the most. You leaking private convos, throwing shade, like y'all saints. Let's not act like you didn't cheat back in the day, Rashida." The crowd went dead silent. Rashida raised an eyebrow, then stepped forward slowly until she was just inches away from him. "I'm not perfect, but I own my mistakes. You lied, manipulated, used people. There's a difference." Then she turned to the crowd and addressed them like a courtroom judge. "Y'all want to know how far Jasmine and Logan took this? Miss. They faked a miscarriage storyline for sympathy clout. I got the texts. I got the receipts. And I got screen records of them laughing about it in a group chat. A scream erupted from the back of the room. Logan's ex, Tamika, who had just arrived late and caught that bombshell at the door. You lied about that? You used our loss for views. She shrieked, pushing past people to confront Logan. I didn't mean it like that. It was Jasmine's idea. Logan shouted. Wow, Tamika cried. You're a monster. Jasmine's mascara was now smudged beyond repair, her voice cracking. It wasn't real, okay, it was just marketing. People do worse every day. Wrong move. The crowd turned on her in an instant. You don't fake a baby, someone yelled. You're disgusting. Shouted another. Logan looked around, panicking. We need to go now. Jasmine grabbed her purse and started to run, but Rashida stepped right into her path. Leaving already? What about part 3? Part 3. Jasmine gasped. Oh yeah, Rashida said with a cold grin. That's the one where you lied about being in talks with Netflix for a spin-off deal. Spoiler alert, it was a scam. You sold fake rights to investors. That's called fraud. Logan stammered. That wasn't supposed to come out. Well, Rashida said, maybe next time. Don't scam someone who has a cousin in the DA's office. That was it. The final nail. Security didn't escort Jasmine and Logan out because they ran, bolted, pushed through the guests, ignoring the boos and shouts. Outside, paparazzi and bloggers were already waiting. Having heard about the chaos through Twitter and Instagram live streams, flashes blinded them as they jumped into a car and peeled off into the night, faces in their hands. Back inside, Rashida took a slow, satisfied breath. Let's get this music back on, she told the DJ. Tonight's not about them anymore. Cheers erupted. In one night, the villains were exposed, the truth came to light, and Kirk and Rashida reclaimed their dignity. Their truth, and the streets of Atlanta knew. Don't mess with the Frosts. But just when you think it's over, Kirk leaned over to Rashida, whispering, you know there's a part 4, right? She laughed softly. Drop it when the blogs think it's all died down. He nodded. Let them sweat a little. And with that, the celebration truly began. But for Jasmine and Logan, the nightmare had only just begun, because the next morning, the internet had declared war. Jasmine woke up to her phone vibrating, non-stop DMIs, flooded with snake emojis, brand deals pulling out, and her follower count dropping by the second. Logan, slumped on the hotel couch with a towel over his head, looked like he hadn't slept at all. They're saying we're done, Jasmine whispered, scrolling through the damage. Hashtags, memes, reaction videos. I'm trending #1 for all the wrong reasons. Just write it out, Logan mumbled. It'll blow over. It always does, but this wasn't a regular PR mess. This was an implosion. Shade Room had reposted the full party clip twice. Hollywood Unlocked released a timeline of their lies. Old friends started unfollowing them publicly. Sponsors ghosted them. Their publicists dropped them. But the real dagger, a major Atlanta event they were set to host in 2 weeks, replaced them with Rashida and Kirk as the new faces of the campaign. Jasmine threw her phone across the room. She's stealing everything from me. Everything. No, Logan muttered darkly. Kirk is destroying us. Slowly, that same hour, part 2 leaked. It wasn't from Kirk this time, but from an anonymous TikTok account. And what it showed sent fans into a frenzy. A voice memo, Jasmine and Logan, recorded privately, mocking a well-known cast member's miscarriage, laughing, saying it helped the show ratings. Fans were disgusted. Cancel culture went into full effect. Jasmine tried to go live on Instagram to clear her name, but the comments were brutal. You're done, you're evil. We believed in you. Logan tried damage control by posting a Notes app apology. I take full accountability for my role in recent events. I never meant to hurt anyone. But the fans weren't buying it. One viral comment said, you didn't mean to hurt anyone, but you filmed it, edited it, and leaked it for streams. Miss us. Rashida posted a photo of herself holding a mug that said, unbothered. The caption, stay ready so you ain't gotta get ready. Meanwhile, Kirk dropped a teaser post, just a black screen with white text. Part 3, noon, the internet exploded. Everyone wanted to know, what else was left? The anticipation built like a ticking time bomb. Jasmine and Logan scrambled. We need to talk to Kirk. Make it stop, Jasmine said. He's not picking up, Logan snapped. No one is. They had no allies left. That's when Logan's ex Tamika decided to go live. She was furious, with screenshots. With receipts, Logan manipulated me for years, she said, and Jasmine. She was behind the fake pregnancy rumors. They told me it was just entertainment. I lived that pain. I'm done being silent. Her live hit 1.2 million views in 30 minutes. Fans were now beyond shocked, they were heartbroken. We rooted for y'all, someone said in the chat. You played in our faces. And just when Jasmine thought it couldn't get worse, it did. Noon struck. Kirk posted part 3. It was a leaked text thread between Jasmine and a well-known blogger where she paid to get Rashida's boutique shut down temporarily with false reviews and fake Yelp accounts. That'll kill her revenue for a minute, Jasmine had typed. Let her feel broke for once. The backlash was swift and brutal. Rashida took to her stories. So now we weaponize small business sabotage. Cute, that post got over 3 million views. Celebs started chiming in. Some reposted in support of Rashida. Others flat out unfollowed Jasmine and Logan. Their podcast sponsor emailed them. Contract terminated. A clothing brand posted publicly. We do not condone these actions and have cut all ties. In less than 48 hours, Jasmine and Logan went from reality royalty to cancelled culture, cautionary tales. And behind it all, Kirk cool, silent, strategic. Rashida finally sat down for a candid interview with a major YouTube podcast. Look, she said, I don't live for drama, but when you come for my man, my family, and my integrity you better come correct. They didn't, so they paid for it. Fans applauded her grace, her truth, her power. Meanwhile, Jasmine's mental state began to spiral. Paparazzi caught her crying in her car, refusing to answer questions. Logan disappeared from the scene completely. Rumors said he had left town, fearing lawsuits or worse. But the internet, it wasn't done yet, because the mysterious TikTok account that dropped the part 2 clip, they posted a final cryptic message. The storm broke just 3 days later and it didn't come with thunder, but with handcuffs. Early morning in Atlanta, news vans swarmed a luxury condo complex. Helicopters hovered above. Jasmine, in oversized sunglasses and a hoodie, was led out of her building by 2 plainclothes officers, busted on charges of fraud, digital defamation, and cyber harassment. The footage aired live on every gossip blog and mainstream outlet within minutes. The internet, absolutely unhinged. Fans couldn't believe it. Is this real life? Someone tweeted. From lip gloss to lawsuits, Jasmine's mugshot was everywhere, dyed, broken, unrecognizable. Logan, notably absent during the arrest, had apparently already lawyered up. A source close to the DA claimed that he had quietly turned on Jasmine, providing damning evidence in exchange for a lighter sentence. Betrayal upon betrayal. The same man who once called Jasmine his ride or die was now testifying behind closed doors. When the news broke, Jasmine reportedly broke down in her holding cell, screaming, "He set me up. He used me." Meanwhile, Kirk and Rashida, living their best lives. They were seen in Turks and Caicos, sipping cocktails on a yacht, while TMZ's headline read, "From scandal to sandals, Kirk and Rashida unbothered while Jasmine faces jail." Kirk posted a subtle but savage story. Clear skies, no drama, just peace. Rashida added a boomerang of her clinking glasses with a caption. When God clears the trash from your path, be sure to thank him. Back in Atlanta, chaos kept escalating. Tamika Logan's ex scheduled a televised interview. The teaser clip alone shattered the internet. He used me, Jasmine, even his fans, she said, visibly emotional. He told me pain equals profit. He planned this. And the court documents, leaked, every single page. Screenshots revealed. Jasmine had coordinated with 2 burner Instagram accounts to flood Rashida's boutique with false returns, threats, and racist messages to get the brand flagged by platforms. Rep issued a statement. We fought this quietly behind the scenes for 2 years. We never retaliated. But now that it's all out, let the law handle the rest. Fans were horrified. This went from reality TV beef to a full criminal saga, one user tweeted. Logan, now hiding somewhere in Miami, tried to deny flipping on Jasmine, but audio leaked him on a private call with lawyers, saying, "Look, I'm not going to jail for her. She wanted war. I wanted followers." A new wave of fury hit. And just when it seemed like this saga had finally hit its climax, Part 4 dropped. But this time it wasn't from Kirk. It was from Rashida. The video was clean, professional, shot in a studio. She sat across from a well-known interviewer and spilled everything. No shade, just truth. I stayed quiet for too long, she began. I watched them smear my name, lie on my marriage, gaslight the fans. Now I'm here to tell the whole story. She opened up about the private investigator Kirk had hired, how they discovered Jasmine and Logan had been selling false tips to blogs for years, fabricating cheating scandals, doctoring texts, even staging public fights for camera crews. They were paid to keep the drama alive, Rashida said, and people bought into it. But at what cost? My peace. My family's reputation. The video got 7.3 million views in 12 hours. Comments flooded in. She's been through hell and handled it with class. Y'all owe Rashida an apology. She was never the villain. Brands began approaching Rashida for new endorsements. Fans started a hashtag #RASHEEDA redemption campaign. Even mainstream outlets like Essence and People picked up the story, praising her grace under pressure. Meanwhile, Jasmine sat alone in a cold cell, awaiting her first court hearing. No glam squad, no filters. Just the silence of consequence. And Logan, disowned, fans, brands, even friends disappeared. His YouTube channel was demonetized. His new EP pulled from streaming. The ultimate plot twist. Rashida and Kirk announced they were executive producing a docuseries, Damage Control. The real story behind reality's biggest scandal. Fans lost it. Netflix, are you seeing this? Now that's how you turn pain into power. Booked unbothered and building an empire. And Jasmine and Logan. They became the cautionary tale, reminder that clout comes with a cost, and karma keeps receipts. But hold on, don't blink. Because just as the credits were about to roll, an anonymous Twitter account posted one chilling sentence. You think it's over? You haven't seen her burner account receipts. Hashtag part 5. As Jasmine sat across from her lawyer, her hands trembling and eyes bloodshot, she finally realized the truth. This wasn't just internet drama. This was destruction. Her name was ruined, her brand gone, her reality TV future dead on arrival. Across town, Logan was pacing in a cheap hotel suite, yelling at anyone who'd pick up the phone. Bro, this is insanity. They're treating us like criminals. But every call ended the same wake lick, dial tone, silence. Then came the final moment, the real ending. Kirk and Rashida stood on stage at the Atlanta Music and Culture Gala, where they were being honored with the Legacy and Entertainment Award. The same event Jasmine and Logan were supposed to co-host just weeks ago. Rashida took the mic, her eyes fierce but calm. Let this be a reminder to every young person watching. You don't have to destroy others to shine. You don't have to lie, steal, or play dirty. Be real. Be consistent. Be solid. The applause was thunderous. Kirk stepped up next. This industry is wild, and sometimes people mistake silence for weakness. But tonight, let's make it clear. Integrity always wins in the end. Fans, media, even former critics stood and clapped. The Frosts had not only survived the storm, they had owned it. Meanwhile, Jasmine was issued a court date. Not for clout chasing, not for gossip, but for cyber harassment, reputational damage, and digital defamation. Her influencer career ended with a mugshot and a probation deal that barred her from using social media for 18 months. She disappeared from the public eye. No farewell video. No apology tour. Just erased. Logan, stripped of all sponsorships, tried to rebrand as a motivational speaker, but no one showed up. His YouTube channel dropped to under 20,000 subscribers. His name, a warning, not a trend. And that mysterious TikTok account, teasing a part 5. Deleted. No more leaks. No more drama. Because the story had run its course. The revenge complete. Rashida posted one final story, a quiet photo of her and Kirk, holding hands on their porch with the caption, "We didn't just survive the storm, we rebuilt the house." And with that, the curtains closed on the most explosive, jaw-dropping, heart-pounding scandal reality TV never aired. What a ride, right? From secret recordings to public humiliation, burner accounts to viral clapbacks, this drama had everything. Kirk's revenge wasn't loud at first, but when it landed, it shook the entire internet. Jasmine and Logan thought they could play the game. But they forgot one thing. When you come for the Frosts, you better come correct. In the end, they weren't just exposed. They were erased. But now we want to hear from you. Do you think Kirk and Rashida went too far? Should Jasmine get a redemption arc, or is this the karma she earned? And if you had the receipts Kirk had, would you have leaked them too? Be honest. So drop your thoughts in the comments. We're reading everything. And if you're as addicted to this level of tea as we are, don't forget to smash that like Button subscribe for more piping hot updates, hit the bell so you never miss a scandal when it drops. Because in this world of fame, filters, and fakeness, someone's always getting exposed and you don't want to miss it. Until next time, keep sipping smart and stay messy. This has been your dose of drama signing off.